Hi viewers, this is J. Swami, Assistant Professor of Zoology. Our today's topic is Krebs cycle. As we discussed earlier, the glucose molecule which entered into glycolysis get degraded into two molecules of pyruvic acid which consists 3 carbons each. Now this pyruvic acid has to enter into the Krebs cycle for further degradation. That is, the Krebs cycle is the second phase of the cellular respiration. First phase is the glycolysis, and this is the second phase of the cellular respiration. It was described by Hans Krebs. He was the German British scientist Hans Krebs in the year 1930. In the year 1930. So that the reaction and the reactions which are taking place in this cycle are named after him as the Krebs cycle. Krebs means Hans Krebs was the German British scientist. It is also known as the citric acid cycle. That is, the first component which is formed, the first substrate which is formed is the citric acid on the addition of acetyl coenzyme A with that of oxaloacetic acid. And it is also known as the tricarboxylic acid cycle, TCA cycle. And this is the most important step where there is a more amount of release of energy at the cellular level. So this is a metabolical pathway where more amount of energy will be released. Why? Because in the glycolysis, due to the breakdown of the glucose into the two pyruvates, only at the net 2 ATPs have been formed. So, and the energy which is left over with the glucose, that should be kept with the pyruvic acid, and so that should be degraded furthermore, and we have to gain more and more amount of energy. So the pyruvic acid or pyruvate enters into Krebs cycle, undergo oxidation, and thereby it releases electrons, hydrogen ions, and thereby the NAD and FAD get reduced to NADH and FADH2. Along with them, we will also get one GTP molecule. Afterwards, it is get converted into ATP. As usually, CO2 will be released. So this is the overview of the Krebs cycle. This is the overview of the Krebs cycle. Now, whenever we discuss the Krebs cycle, the glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm. For example, it is a cell. So glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm, let us assume, and Krebs cycle and electron transport system, they takes place in the mitochondria. So in order to degrade the pyruvic acid, the pyruvic acid enter into the mitochondria. It has to enter into the mitochondria. So let us see what are there in the mitochondria first. So before going into the Krebs cycle, we will see the membranes of the mitochondria and their constituents. In general, the mitochondria is enveloped with two membranes, as we know. So there is a outer membrane and the inner membrane. Mitochondria get composed of two membranes. One is the external membrane or outer membrane, and internal or inner membrane. What is the difference in between these two membranes is, this is the mitochondria made up of two membranes. Let us see. So this is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane. What is the specialty of the outer membrane is, the outer membrane has the permeability, shows the permeability to small molecules which have less than 500 Daltons molecular weight. 500 Daltons molecular weight. Outer membrane shows the permeability to small molecules which have less than 500 Daltons molecular weight and some other ions. How it is possible? Because there are certain transmembrane channels. There are certain transmembrane channels within the outer membrane, and these facilitate the permeation, otherwise the permeability of the molecules, small molecules and the ions. These channels made up of special kind of proteins, intrinsic proteins. They are known as the forins. Simply, outer membrane shows the permeability to the molecules which are very small in size, which are less than 500 Daltons molecular weight, and also some ions. This is possible because of the presence of certain transmembrane channels. These transmembrane channels are made up of forins, intrinsic proteins. They are known as the forins. Right? Then, if you observe the internal membrane is highly impermeable. It never allows any molecule to enter inside usually. Internal membrane or inner membrane is impermeable to molecules, ions and protons. If at all you want to transport any molecule or any ion, it requires special kind of proteins which are known as the carrier proteins. It requires carrier proteins, otherwise we also call them as transporters. We also know them as transporters, right? Internal membrane or inner membrane, it is highly impermeable to ions, protons and as well as the molecules. So if at all you want to transport anything, then we require special kind of proteins which are called as the carrier proteins or transporters. At the same time, the inner membrane has certain proteins which are related to respiratory chain, that is for the respiration, and also ATP synthase is there. In the inner membrane, ATP synthase and certain proteins which are responsible for the respiratory chain, they are present in the inner membrane. And the mitochondrial matrix of the mitochondria surrounded by inner membrane. Inside this we have pyruvate dehydrogenase. And some of the enzymes which are responsible for the Krebs cycle, and the enzymes for the oxidation of the fatty acids. What is the oxidation of the fatty acids? It is the beta oxidation of the fatty acids. The enzymes for the beta oxidation of the fatty acids and the enzymes for the oxidation of amino acids. What are there? There are pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, PDH complex, and the enzymes for Krebs cycle, and the enzymes for the beta oxidation of the fatty acids, and the enzymes for the oxidation of amino acids. All of them, they are present inside the matrix. Right? So this is the composition and the presence of different things in the matrix and the inner membrane, composition of the inner membrane. Now let us see what happens to the pyruvate which has been formed from the glycolysis, how it is going to enter into the mitochondria. Now the pyruvic acid which has been formed from the glycolysis enters into the mitochondrial matrix through a special channel which is known as the pyruvate H plus symporter. pyruvate H plus symporter. Pyruvic acid enters into the mitochondrial matrix through pyruvate H symporter, and thereby there undergo decarboxylation, and that forms the acetyl coenzyme A. It is the intermediary component, and the reaction itself is the irreversible reaction. That is, what is irreversible? Pyruvic acid get converted into acetyl coenzyme A, but there is no choice of vice versa mechanism. That is, the acetyl coenzyme A unable to become the pyruvate again. It is a irreversible reaction. The entire reaction is under the control of the group of enzymes which are called as a pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. Pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. So this is a otherwise multi-enzyme complex. Multi-enzyme complex. Now the conversion of pyruvic acid into the acetyl coenzyme A takes place in 3 phases. Conversion of pyruvate or pyruvic acid into acetyl coenzyme A, it takes place in 3 phases. Right? Now, how it will occur, we will see. Let us see what is the pyruvate actually. It is the 3 carbon component. Pyruvic acid is the 3 carbon component. Okay, so there are 3 carbons like this, COOH, and here it is C double bond O and the CH3, C double bond O, COOH. It is a pyruvic acid. Now what we have to do is, the pyruvic acid undergoes a decarboxylation reaction. Out of the 3 phases, the first phase it has to undergo decarboxylation. Decarboxylation that leads to the removal of carbon dioxide. And thereby this fragment of the pyruvic acid that contain only 2 carbons. That is nothing but the acetate. This acetate in the second step that mixed up with the coenzyme A and forms into acetyl coenzyme A. So there are 3 steps. What are the 3 steps? In the first step, that is decarboxylation. So the CH3, C double bond O and COOH, it is a pyruvic acid. Upon the action of pyruvate dehydrogenase, that results in the removal of carbon dioxide from the pyruvate. Thereby we have only 2 carbon molecules now, and moreover there will be a dehydrogenation that results in the reduction of NAD into NADH. That is the fundamental duty of the dehydrogenase enzyme. Now the fragment with the 2 carbons of the pyruvic acid, that results in the formation of a acetate. That is known as the acetate. Now this acetate combined with the what is the acetate again? CH3, C double bond O. It mixes up with the coenzyme A. What is the coenzyme A? It is the sulfur compound formed from the vitamin B. Sulfur complex formed from the vitamin B. That is nothing but the coenzyme A. That mixed up with the acetate and form the acetyl coenzyme A. Coenzyme A mix up with the acetate and form the acetyl coenzyme A. Right? So like this, the pyruvic acid which is formed at the end of the glycolysis enters into the mitochondrial matrix in the form of acetyl coenzyme A. This is the first substrate which I have to interact with the another substrate with contain 4 carbons, that is oxaloacetic acid. So there are of about 8 reactions which eventually occur in the TCA cycle, otherwise the Krebs cycle. Let us see. Here we are seeing let us see here. This is the pyruvic acid with 3 carbons. Now this pyruvic acid underwent pyruvate dehydrogenase catalytic activity, removal of CO2, 1 carbon dioxide removed, and NAD get reduced into NADH due to the action of the dehydrogenase, and now it get converted into a 2 carbon component with the addition of the coenzyme A that results in the formation of acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A. So it is a 2 carbon component. Now it enters into the Krebs cycle and interact with the oxaloacetic acid OAA, oxaloacetic acid, which is a 4 carbon component, and the mediating enzyme is the citrate synthetase or citrate synthase, and thereby 2 carbons of the acetyl coenzyme A and 4 carbons of the oxaloacetic acid, both of them fused to form a 6 carbon component which is known as the citric acid, 6 carbon component, right? So citrate or citric acid. Now this citric acid, it has to isomerized into isocitric acid. It has to be isomerized into isocitric acid. Now the enzyme is only one enzyme. Here the intermediary, unstable intermediary is a cis-aconitic acid. The mediating enzyme here and here it is a aconitase, and citrate get isomerized into isocitric acid or isocitrate. Here there is a removal of water molecule from the citric acid that results in the formation of cis-aconitic acid in the presence of aconitase enzyme. Now due to the instability of the cis-aconitic acid, there is the addition of another water molecule to cis-aconic acid that forms the isomeric form of the citrate, that is a isocitrate. Here and there the enzyme is similar. Aconitase is the enzyme. So no change in the number of carbons, just only form it is somewhat different. Both of them are citric acid and isocitric acid, both of them are isomers. Now in the third step, what happens? The isocitrate, under the catalytic activity of the isocitrate dehydrogenase, here there is a decarboxylation, that is removal of carbon dioxide, and NAD get reduced to NADH. So the carbons from the pyruvic acid, we have already removed one, and there are 2 carbons from the acetyl coenzyme A and 4 carbons from the OAA. So out of these 2, 1 carbon get released out in the form of carbon dioxide. So the carbons which are belong to the pyruvic acid, only one again now. So one is removed at the formation of acetyl coenzyme A, there is a decarboxylation, and here also the isocitrate, whenever it is converted into alpha ketoglutarate, there is a one more decarboxylation, removal of carbon dioxide. Now here it is the isocitrate, it is the 6 carbon compound where it is get converted to a 5 carbon compound. So out of this 5, 4 are from the OAA, 1 is from the acetyl coenzyme A. Let us understand. Then alpha ketoglutarate acid again undergo a dehydrogenase reaction under the catalytic activity of the alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, and there is a addition of coenzyme A and the reduction of NAD to NADH, and there is a decarboxylation. So thereby the 5 carbon component alpha ketoglutarate that converted into 4 carbon component. So 4 carbons from the OAA and 2 carbons from the acetyl coenzyme A. Now just now we have seen that one carbon dioxide removed from the isocitrate to the alpha ketoglutarate, and one more carbon now it is get released off. By this all the carbons of the pyruvic acid they were removed one by one, broken down one by one, and this converted into alpha ketoglutarate converted into succinyl coenzyme A, which is a 4 carbon component. And all the steps right from here to the formation of oxaloacetic acid, they are only meant for the resynthesis of the oxaloacetic acid again. So the succinyl coenzyme A again after few steps that will be get converted to oxaloacetic acid. Let us see. Now the succinyl coenzyme A that get converted into succinic acid, succinyl coenzyme A that get converted to succinic acid. It is also the 4 carbon component. Here 1 GDP get converted into GTP with the addition of an inorganic phosphate. So here one GTP we have required, and there is a removal of coenzyme A. So that the succinyl coenzyme A under the catalytic activity of the succinyl CoA synthetase that converted into succinic acid or succinate. And now the succinate get converted into fumarate. Succinate get converted into fumarate under the effective catalytic activity of the succinic dehydrogenase. Succinic dehydrogenase, right? And thereby succinic acid converted into fumaric acid. Succinic acid converted into fumaric acid, and here 1 FAD get converted into FADH2. Then the next step is the fumaric acid of the 4 carbons get modified into malic acid with the 4 carbons in a special enzyme under the catalytic activity of the special enzyme which is known as a fumarase. Fumaric acid get converted into malic acid, and then this malic acid finally get converted into oxaloacetic acid, OAA, oxaloacetic acid under the catalytic activity of the malate dehydrogenase. Malate dehydrogenase. Malate dehydrogenase, so due to the dehydrogenation there is a reduction of NAD to NADH. So again the oxaloacetic acid with the 4 carbon molecules that will be resynthesized. Right? Now in the entire cycle of the citric acid cycle or TCA cycle, what happens, for easy understanding, see, we have a full pencil. Now it is broken down into 2 pieces in the 2 pieces. If it is happen in the glycolysis, let us assume we have taken a long pencil, wooden pencil. Now we have degraded it into 2 pieces. So that happens in the glycolysis. Now let us take only one piece here, half piece. Now we have taken some part in the decarboxylation of the pyruvate into the acetyl coenzyme A. Then we left this much. Again we have taken one more carbon dioxide when the isocitric acid get converted into alpha ketoglutarate. Then one more carbon dioxide from the, this is a 1 and this is a 2 and this is a 3. 2 and 3. Right? One more carbon dioxide removed off from the alpha ketoglutarate to succinyl coenzyme A. See, in easy way, for easy understanding of the students, let us say that whenever the pencil is get shortened, pencil get shortened, if we use for the appropriate use of the pencil by using a pen cap, let us assume by using a pen cap. So pen cap we never use, we never cut down the pen cap. We never cut down the pen cap. Only we will sharpen the pencil by using the sharpener. Right? Slowly something little bit of pencil will be get degraded off. Finally the cap will be remain like that. What is the cap actually? It is the oxaloacetic acid. And what is the pencil to be cut down? That is the pyruvic acid. That is, whenever the pyruvic acid enters into the mitochondria and we have decarboxylated into 2-carbon piece, that is the acetyl coenzyme A. Now, in order to cut down the acetyl coenzyme A into 2 carbon dioxides, we use a particular pen cap. That is nothing but the OAA. There is no harm to the pen cap. It is resynthesized again. We never cut down the pen cap. Always we cut down the pencil. This is the secret behind the TCA cycle or Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle for the easy understanding of the students. So, what happens in the citric acid cycle? At the end of the cycle, at the end, so in simple way, it is only representing the names. That is, this is the starting phase. Instead of glucose, here it should be the pyruvic acid. Right? Now, this 2-carbon pyruvic acid get mixed up with the 4-carbon oxaloacetate. Here 6 carbons, citrate and isocitrate, alpha ketoglutarate. Okay, so here 5 carbons. Then, so due to the removal of the CO2, and here 4 carbons due to the removal of another carbon in the form of carbon dioxide. Here there is a formation of GTP, and here it is a formation of FADH2. Right? So, oxaloacetate, acetyl coenzyme A forms a citrate, isocitrate, alpha ketoglutarate, succinyl coenzyme A, succinate, fumarate, malate and oxaloacetate. Oxaloacetate is resynthesized anyway. So it is again used for the another pyruvate to attach with it. Finally, what happens at the end of the Krebs cycle, we get 3 NADHs. 3 NADHs at the third step, fourth step and the eighth step. At the third step, fourth step and the eighth step we get 3 NADHs. At the fifth step, what happens? We get 1 GTP. 1 GTP. Finally, it is get converted to ATP again. Guanosine triphosphate get converted to adenosine triphosphate. And 1 FAD get reduced to FADH2 at the sixth step. At the sixth step, 1 FADH2. So, this is the end net amount of the various molecules which furthermore release energy in the Krebs cycle. Okay, there are 3 NADHs, 1 GTP, 1 FADH2 for 1 pyruvic acid molecule. If there are 2 pyruvic acids in the glucose molecule, we have to double them. 6 NADHs, 2 GTPs and 2 FADH2s. So, we will calculate in the other class, that is how much energy will be released, how much ATPs are released. So, that will be the other thing. So, at the end of the Krebs cycle, we finally get 3 NADHs at the 3, 4 and 8 steps and 1 FADH2 at the 6th step and 1 GTP at the 5th step. If it is only for 1 pyruvic acid, these are for only 1 pyruvic acid, and there are 2 pyruvic acids in the glucose molecules, then we have to multiply with the 2. 6, 2 3s are 6, 1 2s are 2, and 1 2s are 2. So this is the net amount of the various energized molecules, let us say. So this is all about the Krebs cycle and the events which occur in the Krebs cycle. Thank you one and all.